This is the plaintiff, Wendy Zuckerman. She says the defendant, her former landlord, went to Argentina and basically stole her security deposit. This guy just got mad when she told him she was moving out. He refuses to communicate with her. She wants the money he owes her, is happy she served him with papers to appear in court today, and is seeking the $4,100 she's rightfully owed. This is the defendant, Hugo Costanzo. He says the plaintiff snuck in 2 cats, and when she vacated the place, it stunk to high heaven with cat urine. There were also stains on the floor, and he spent her security on cleaning the place up for re-rental. The plaintiff's entitled to her day in court, but so is he, and he thinks he has the stronger case and will owe her nothing when the judge rules. He's accused of non-communication. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $1,575 for monies owed for additional damages.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant, her landlord, left for Argentina and stole her security. The defendant says the crib was a mess. It's the case of Buenos Aires, Argentina, Buenos Dias security deposit.
Okay, Ms. Zuckerman, you are suing your former landlord for $4,100. You want the return of your security deposit, plus you feel that you overpaid rent during the time that you were there.
That is correct, Your Honor.
So, and you are counterclaiming against her because according to you, the amount of the security deposit did not cover the damages, correct? Yes. All right, let me hear from you first. What happened? You lived there for how long?
Over 2 years, 27 consecutive months.
Okay.
I moved out May 2018. I moved out on the 26th. We had a final walkthrough on May 30th.
Okay, and I've seen you submitted into evidence a video of that walkthrough.
Yes, I did.
It seemed kind of hostile. Why was that?
The defendants weren't pleased that I had witnesses with me, and I felt it was in my best interest to have witnesses with me because in the past, the defendant has used bully tactics.
How so?
Even during the final walkthrough, I was asked repeatedly, or told repeatedly rather, that I shouldn't have brought so many people with me. Why are they
How
here?
many people were there?
I had 4 adults, and then with
Everybody was
5.
filming?
No, just one person was filming
Okay.
at the time. And I was also told by the defendant that when I come back by myself, that things will be discussed. And at that time, I said, I will never be alone in your presence because I am bullied. He's even falsely accused me of something.
What did he falsely accuse you of?
On the day of move out, as we were walking out the front door, my son and I had some of my belongings in my hands. And he was, hey, you, someone stole my tools out of my garage. And my mouth was agape. And he was like, yeah, I see your face.
Show me how your mouth looks.
I was like,
Okay.
does that look good? Agape, yes. So he had said, I know you did it, but I can't prove it. But I know you did it, or someone you know did it, or your friends did it. And at that point, I honestly was shaken. I wasn't expecting it. It was like a sneak attack. He came right out of his garage. And also at that time, when I was moving my belongings, he made a point of moving his car just a few inches away from a bush. So my son and I had to either push a bush out of the way to carry our belongings out to my car, or walk around 2-foot-plus tall grass. Because
Okay.
I'm not going to be harassed. By you.
By me?
Yeah.
Why? Because
Well, why don't you ask my friends where the tools are that
you
you...
accused us of stealing your tools? Who are you? Who am I?
My friend who you accused, me or my friends.
I don't know you. Then why did I you... don't know you. Oh my God. Didn't you just tell her the other day, I think your friend stole the tools?
When I was
Where
by
the
myself.
friend?
What, is the person speaking your only friend?
I don't know you either, then why...
No.
How is it your friend thinks it's she who was
She's a
accused?
tough one.
Oh my God.
You blamed me, or I had something to do with it, or my friends, or my friends. Those were your words. My son was a witness. So I
The whole thing seems unnecessarily hostile, especially if you're trying to get, why don't you just tape it quietly instead of, you know, the whole harassing thing and all that. I mean, you're trying to, just from a matter of tactics, if you're trying to get somebody to return money to you, why aren't you, like, do you think that, I could have predicted you'd end up in court based on how hostile everything was. So I understand why you want your security deposit back. We're going to hear you out on whether you have a reason to keep it, but what's the $2,400 you're also suing for?
Okay, in September 2018, I was told there was going to be a rent. They have to raise my rent. It was an additional $300 per month. This was a verbal discussion. In the lease, it states that I'm to be notified in writing within 30 days if there's any changes to the original lease. I was never given any.
But you paid it.
Yes, because
So you want me on a technicality like that, even though you clearly understood the deal, and these are new, you understand that you're month to month at this point, right?
That is correct.
Okay, and the man tells you, and with a month's notice, and you pay it, you feel you shouldn't be bound by it. Because the original lease that's already expired said you're supposed to be notified in writing of a prospective.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Okay. So no on the 2,400, now let's discuss the 1,700, okay? Why are you keeping her security deposit? The place looks very good in the video she took.
When she moved in, she told me she was going to have a dog in there. I went along with that, and I told her, generally, and we've been renting for many, many years, generally there is a payment every month for a pet. We decided to avoid that, and we didn't charge her anything for the dog. But then a month later, I learned that she had 2 cats in there.
How did you learn that?
We went up there.
Okay, you folks, is this a 2-family house and you
Yes,
folks?
yes.
Okay,
We are downstairs.
okay.
She, in fact, at one point, she asked us to take care of the cats.
Okay, so there's no dispute that you,
I never tried to conceal them or hide them.
So,
It's
and
not
is
a
it accurate
secret.
that the cats were adopted by you after you moved in?
No, they've been with me for years, actually. This was not a secret at the time.
No, that wasn't my question.
I'm
Is it
sorry.
accurate that you moved into the place with 1 dog and 2 cats? Or
That
did
is correct.
The 2 cats come later?
No, I moved in with them.
Did you ever tell him that you had 2 cats that were coming too?
I told the leasing agent who was there at the time of the signing of the lease.
Okay, so and you, according to you, you didn't know about the cats. Now, at some point, she asked you to take care of the cats.
Yes.
So you know about the cats. Do you ever say to her, you owe me another $100 and rent $50 for each cat?
No.
So if a landlord just starts harassing you, saying, I want you to do this and I want you to do that, 3 months into a 1-year lease, say, can you break the lease, get your deposit back, and walk away scot-free?
No, you can't, because they have it in writing.
They do have it in writing.
And so therefore, when you have papers going to court, the judge is going to see that, and you signed on that dotted
Fair
line.
enough, but at a point, if they harass you, can you break that lease?
Harassment's never okay, but I don't think you can break the lease.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
So here are the things you feel she owes you. You feel she owes you $275 for the oil bill for March through April. Do you dispute that?
No.
Okay, all right, so then you would agree that you owe this amount, correct?
Right.
Okay, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about carpet cleaning and painting. I saw video of a really clean apartment. What is it? Do you have pictures
You
to
look
show
at
me?
not only the carpets, but I also have the bills from the carpet company that
Urine smell?
that they cannot remove it. I have to change the carpet.
That happens with cats.
Both of my cats are females and fixed and never spray. And I've yet to see that
Carpet
bill either.
cleaning, smell of cats can't come out, recommends replacement. And they charge you $100 to come to your house?
That's it. Yes.
What did they do? Did they clean?
They tried cleaning, but it didn't
So
come
they
out.
do clean?
Yeah, but it didn't come out. Sears did
So
the
did
same
you
thing.
pay them $100 to clean?
Yes.
All right, so what you're suing for is not new carpets. You're suing for the 2 cleanings, correct?
Yes, correct.
All right, and then what's the painting that would
Okay,
be
the
required?
painting, I have something to explain to you. The painting, he charged me $200, but then he put down to remove the things on the wall. He wanted to charge me $150 extra. I didn't pay him.
Okay,
This is
now I
just-
want to see pictures of the way she left it. Do you have pictures of the way she left it? You were there 27 months?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. What is this a picture of?
The kid used to put stickers on the wall, and there were,
Is that a wall?
yeah, there is a
And what
wall.
is that? What's that dark mark?
He pulled the stickers, and he pulled the paint with it.
Oh, look at that. Took
Yeah,
ripped the
you
whole
see
chunk
that?
out. What was that? What was on there?
The same thing.
It was one of those command strip hooks.
Well, you didn't put it up right. Those things work like a charm. Is this a different one?
There are 3 or 4
And
different
they're
ones.
not that big.
No, I know that this is a close-up, but
It was like the top layer.
yeah. But did you get it fixed before you left?
No.
All right, and then what is this? This is just her garbage that she put by the garbage?
Yeah, the carpets that the cats did on.
No.
Wait, is that a carpet she put out?
Yes.
Okay, maybe she just didn't want it.
I didn't want it.
Okay, so it would appear to me that you owe the oil. That's $275. It would appear to me that you owe the carpet cleaning. It would appear to me that you owe the painting because there were several places where drywall is ripped out and somebody has to fix that, and I don't think that $200 is an unreasonable request for that. The big chunk of money, the biggest chunk of money, and the problem that we're having is the $2,600. What you have done is you now want what your lease calls for, which is $50 per cat for the time that she lived there.
Yes.
Your lease actually says that if you bring more pets in, you have to pay $50 per pet, okay? That's why you're desperately saying, oh, he knew about all the pets, because that's the only thing you can't say to not have to pay it. Now, the only argument that you would have is that, hey, he didn't enforce it all this time.
Yes.
So there's a doctrine in the law called waiver, that if you waive your right to something, you can't come crying about it later, but you have a problem. There's a written lease, and so what I look for is what lawyers put in the written lease, which is an anti-waiver provision, okay? And there's an anti-waiver provision.
So this means that.
Yeah, it's horrible for you. Because I thought, oh, come on, they don't complain about it all this time?
Right, and you know, I've never even, no mention whatsoever the whole
Right.
time, not until the letter dated July 15th, which was 46 days after final walkthrough. Not one word about this issue.
Do you see now why you need to play nice?
Absolutely.
You don't need to be stupid. You don't
know.
need to be a pushover,
know.
but you need to play nice because you get many more flies with honey than with what? What's that?
Well, you don't want to say.
Vinegar. What? Vinegar. I was going to say vinegar.
Okay.
Because it's tactically wrong, okay? All right, so the oil, the carpet cleaning, which I see the receipts for, the painting, which is not an unreasonable amount. Yeah, it is what it is. And on your lawsuit against him, you don't have a right to the $2,400 for the reasons I've already discussed. You agreed to pay it and you paid it. It was a verbal further agreement of a month-to-month contract. On the $1,700, he is able to prove $275 at least on the oil, $200 that he paid for carpet cleaning, $200 for painting, which he's able to prove based on your testimony, $2,600 for the cats. So you're out of gas. And on your lawsuit against them, $0. And on their counterclaim against you, I have to find in their favor in $1,575 the excess beyond the $1,700 security deposit. You should have left it alone.
Well, it didn't turn out the way the plaintiff wanted it to here in the People's Court. What do you think?
I completely understand her point of view, and I do realize there are several things I should have done to protect myself, and lesson learned.
Lesson
Like,
learned.
really.
Very good. Very good way to put it. All righty. Thank you very much. You've learned the hard way,
Yes.
unfortunately. All right, Mr. Costanzo, if you'll step out here, please. And Mrs. Costanzo. Well, you're Victor. You're okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Yes. Truth
Thank
prevail.
you.
You're happy now?
Yes.
No, okay. All right.
I am sorry for her, but there is nothing I can
The way it
do.
is. Nothing you can do.
That's it.
All right. Okay, good enough. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you.
Congratulations. Okay. Harvey?
Okay, Doug, you know, landlords really have a tricky job because they really have to figure out exactly how much to withhold in a security deposit. If it's only a partial amount they can withhold, they can't do too much. And if they do too much, a judge can really nail them. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.